Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And that's exactly what we do. We teach people how to trade online, whether it's stocks, options, futures, forex, for income strategies, but also wealth strategies. My name is Josh Lilquist, and we are having some fun here today. I do have my good friend on the show here today, as always, Al Connickson. And if you missed tickets to that free investing class that we've been having so many people text in for, especially lately, to dip their toe in the water to see how these markets work, but how to find strategies for down markets and not have to worry about if we do have a recession. Hopefully embrace that, use the market and strategies to profit. So that's the key there. So you can text right now to the word and text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210. And this is for 2 free tickets for a class locally here. These are 2-hour classes to get in the financial markets and see how they work, see what these strategies are, maybe just have a better conversation with your broker. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 right now. We'll find a date for you. You'll receive a text back and a call from one of our associates to make sure we find the date that works the best for you. So, Al, just kind of leading up to that last segment, we were talking about these strategies for down markets, more so for traders, right? Mm-hmm. We're seeing a lot more people that don't necessarily want to trade. They want to be an investor. An investor would be, I would consider that, so if you have an IRA, if you have a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, whatever that retirement account is, that's more of an investor. And a lot of people think that it's a buy and hold strategy, and you buy every other week when you get paid, mm-hmm. whether it's mutual funds or whatever, and then you hold it till you retire. Well, the only way for that to work is if you buy exactly at the bottom every other week, which is totally impossible, and then you retire at the very high. And we know that it is very, very unlikely for people to do that. And that is why people just don't have enough to retire. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of people that come to the academy that have maybe $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 of wealth, and that's what they're like, I have to live off this. And they're like, what, it's not going to be enough. I mean, even, if you have $500,000, that's still not enough to live off retirement. If you have $1 million, $2, it depends on your lifestyle, right? So we're seeing a lot of people want to take more control in those retirement accounts, especially now because these markets are declining. Let's talk about these strategies. We talked about shorting in the last segment on basically what shorting means is you can profit as prices go down mm-hmm. with the market. So if as prices go down, your account actually profits. It's a strategy for that. So you can't technically short in a qualified retirement account
Correct.
Or 401k IRA. But options is basically like a substitute that will actually short the market for you, right? So, Al, I want you to talk about those strategies with options and why so many people, thousands of people lately are getting into options because you can minimize your risk, mm-hmm. use less capital, and be more efficient with what you have.
Right. We talked in that last segment about the strategies for short-term income. And I think it's really imperative that you start there. You learn those strategies because those same strategies can be used to manage your retirement accounts, to manage your wealth accounts. And a mistake that most people make is that they put something together and they listen to what Wall Street says, which is just hold on to it for years. Don't worry about the drawdowns or the corrections because the market always comes back. But by doing that, you're wasting time. There may be several years during which your portfolio is underperforming or not performing at all. And as you get older, you can't afford that. You don't have those periods of time to just get back to where you were maybe 2 or 3 or 5 years ago. So I think one of the mistakes people make is not managing their portfolio, thinking that they have to just hold on to something long term. There are ways of protecting your assets in a portfolio. There are ways of benefiting in the down market in a long-term portfolio also. And one of the assets that is really ideal for both the short-term income, short-term growth, and then also long-term wealth, long-term retirement growth is options. And options can be used as a protective vehicle. So if you have a self-directed IRA, you can do options in a self-directed IRA as well as those inverse ETFs, and you can sell futures contracts, forex contracts. You can participate in all market directions in a self-directed IRA. But an option can be used as protection. So ask yourself this: how has your portfolio done this year? If you've looked at your statement, are you down? Because the average retirement account is down. The average 401k account is down 25% year to date. That's a big drop, especially if you're close to retirement or if you're in retirement. So how do you not have that kind of drawdown when the market drops that much? Well, you use options as a protective vehicle. That is one way of doing that. Options can be used to take a smaller amount of money from your retirement account or your investment portfolio, but control something much larger because of the power of leverage. Options can be used in a way where you have a defined risk, you know exactly what that risk is, but you can have unlimited upside potential. So the potential for greater returns is there, the potential for protecting your assets is there, and it's a great income-producing asset because you can actually get paid to wait until price comes to you to buy something at a lower price. You can get paid to wait until price goes up to a higher level to sell something. And that, whatever you get paid for doing that, that's yours to keep regardless of what happens. So
that's called basically a premium. It's kind of like an insurance company would do. You place a trade and you get paid up front. It's a great strategy for people that want to get in the market but want to get paid to wait. And we talk about all these strategies in that free investing class. You actually do a lot of these classes, and that's a big topic in there is how to be efficient with your money, but also strategies to get paid to wait. You can text right now to the word and to the number 210-210, text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 tickets for this class to learn about these option strategies to profit as markets go down, but also the strategies to get paid to wait. You ever think about that, Al? You ever get paid to go sit on the curb and just wait for your car? Wait for the Uber?
Well, I trade options, so actually I have been paid to do that.
Well, that's probably the only place you can have a strategy to get paid to wait.
Right.
And that's a great opportunity there. So with the markets declining, and let's say somebody has a 401k, what are some of the options they have in there? No pun intended, but the opportunities they have, because you can't, if you have a 401k with an employer, there's certain things you can do. Talk a little bit about in about 1 minute, the dynamically managing your 401k through your work.
Yeah, you mentioned if you have an employer-sponsored plan, there's certain things you can do. Well, there's a lot of things you can't do. So what we want to do is at least have you identify what you have access to within those retirement accounts. Some of them are going to be outperforming, some will be underperforming, some might have higher fees. So that dynamic 401k management kind of addresses those issues. Let's get the best returns possible out of the 401ks. We have a strategy that we use that can be used within a 401k or can be used outside, either in a regular investment account or an IRA, called Strategic Investor. We'll talk to you about that in these classes too. But that is a combination of an income-producing vehicle, a market contribution part of it, and then also a cash portion of it. So it really covers everything you need in retirement with protection, and it's a way of managing your 401ks. You know, think about it. When you retire, what do you have to rely on? Well, Social Security. How is that going to work out for you? You know, maybe if you're lucky, you maybe get $18,000 to $20,000 a year, but by the year 2035, the government's already said they're only going to pay out maybe 70 to 75% of the benefit. So that maybe it's something you can't really count on. Do you have a pension? Most people don't, and most pensions are underfunded. The only thing you really have access to that you have the potential to control in any way is your retirement savings, whether it's a 401k or an IRA. But most people just put it on cruise control, cross their fingers, and hope that there's enough there for them to live the lifestyle they want.
I think that's a lot, Al, because people just don't know that it's available. Most people don't know that you can do different things with these accounts because you're told and conditioned to do what the brokers and advisors and the 401k managers, they want you to do. So they kind of throw their hands in the air and say, oh, I can't do anything.
Right.
Well, you have access to do certain things, but you just haven't learned those techniques and strategies, and that's why the Online Trading Academy really exists. teaching these strategies that Wall Street is using and also what they are doing with their accounts, but they're doing the total opposite with your account. If you want to see what those are, dip your toe in the water, be introduced to some of these techniques and strategies, whether it's profiting in a down market, protecting your portfolio, dynamically managing your 401k through your broker. It just takes a little bit of time to understand it, and that's why these 2-hour classes, we introduce you to those techniques and concepts. Text the word investing right now to the number 210-210 for 2 tickets to an investing class locally here. We have these during the week. We have these also on the weekend and in the evening, so pretty much anybody can attend. Text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 tickets for this free investing class at our local academies. Al, we got one more to go. It's the home stretch. It's playoff season. Let's take us home. We're going to talk a lot about how to get in these markets with confidence. And you know what? Let's try to inspire people to do things a little bit different. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We'll be right back.
Yeah, second.